evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. And first of all, let me start by saying, Tanse, welcome all. Welcome to the city's house here, and welcome to your house here in the city of Edmonton. I'm pleased to be here today on behalf of City Council and to be part of the launch of the Reconciling Edmonton project. And there's many people that have been involved in this in a long time coming. Let me stop there. I want to certainly acknowledge my councillor colleague, Scott McKeen, who also works on the Aboriginal initiative here in the city of Edmonton for Aboriginal, Métis, Inuit communities. And we're joined by Chris Nielsen, MLA Chris Nielsen from Edmonton Decor, up in my end of town, and certainly David Shepherd, MLA for Edmonton-Centre, where we are right now. I thank you so much, and I think I've seen you 4 times in the past, it seems like 2.5 days, but a little longer than that, so I want to thank you for that. We're joined this evening as well, too, with City Manager Linda Cochran, who's certainly no stranger to any of you that have been involved with community services. Lau Grenais as well, working in that department, and Mike Chow, I know, is around here somewhere. So this is just one part of the city's commitment to the Indigenous peoples here in the city of Edmonton. This has been an ongoing process from 2005 when the first accord was signed. Chief Alexis, always a pleasure to see you. We almost look like twins. Almost. You've got it on your head and I've got it on my face. So again, with that, I want to thank everyone for coming in. I want to as well honor the traditional land on which we are gathered here today, which is Treaty 6 territory. Edmonton has long been a traditional gathering place for Aboriginal people, and it's been over 10,000 years. And I know, Ron, your daughter, you had mentioned that she needs some work on math, and she says she's very good at it. So 10,000 years. By the time we finish here tonight, if you can tell me how many centuries that is, and we'll grade her on it. We acknowledge and thank the diverse Indigenous peoples whose ancestors' footsteps have marked this territory for centuries. Together, we call upon our collective, honored traditions and spirits to continue on building a great city for current and future generations. We are fortunate to share in the diverse culture, social and economic contributions of Aboriginal peoples bringing to the city each and every day. The City of Edmonton remains committed to ensuring their long-term success. During this past year of reconciliation, we've embarked on a journey of rebuilding trust and healing relationships between Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal Edmontonians. We're educating city staff about trauma inflicted by residential schools. In January, construction will start on the Kiseaski, a ceremonial space in the River Valley for Aboriginal peoples to practice their traditions. And also, I want to thank Linda for the Smudge Center in the CN Tower. And if we don't all know about it, hopefully you know about it now, that ceremonies can be performed there as well too. These are just a few of the many ways that we are working to foster positive, mutually beneficial relationships with our Aboriginal community. It's important for us as a city to provide safe spaces for people to continue and to tell their stories, and for others to hear them. And one way we tell stories is through art. The Reconciling Edmonton project has combined the use of photography, art, poetry, to reflect the truth in the historic record of Indigenous peoples. The many pieces of this project come together to provide an opportunity for our community to learn from the past, to better understand the moments when Indigenous individuals and settlers came together. Those involved in this project have done an incredible job of using their talents to bring out the realism and intensity of these stories. Through images and art and words, we're able to honor our place in the heart of Treaty 6 territory and celebrate the rich history we share with our Aboriginal people. This project came to life because of the commitment and passion of 4 individuals who I'd like to recognize and offer my gratitude. Anne-Marie Sewell, where are you, Anne-Marie? There you are, quit hiding. Miranda Jimmy, there you are. Danielle Metcalf Chanel, there you are. Shanae, I'm sorry I butchered that beyond belief. And Jenny May, our in-house artist and certainly a translator of the art form. Thank you for sharing your talent, your passion, and your enthusiasm with our city. Your efforts are helping to build a more inclusive and a more uplifting Edmonton, where everyone is welcome. Thank you.
I didn't plan to speak and I won't speak long. Politician with a microphone can be a dangerous thing. I think we all recognize that. I just want to say it is a real privilege to be here, and it is such a privilege to be supporting Councillor Caterina on the Indigenous Initiative, and also I think to have been at the inaugural meeting of RISE. It is so important for the future of Edmonton that we be as welcoming and to the Indigenous youth that are coming to our city. I know I've heard stories of this, and it is so important that we partner with our Indigenous people in Edmonton. You know, I think our goal ultimately, and I don't know exactly how we will describe this, but to make Edmonton Canada's Indigenous city. That to me should be our goal, and that is something we could be so proud of. So, you know, and I want to thank Miranda and the others for this work. You know, it's critical. I think that we have citizens who take the bull by the horn and lead the leaders into doing the right thing, and I think we see that in this case, that out of an idea in someone's head came an initiative that ended up here at City Hall with leaders from the province and the city, Chief Alexis, all of us here to support it. So I'm just thrilled to be here. I'm thrilled to see the turnout. Ron, thanks again for inviting me up in your kind introduction. Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
It's a real pleasure to be here tonight, and especially to see such a fantastic turnout for this event. It's really great to see. So on behalf of Premier Rachel Notley, the Honourable Catherine Ganley, Minister of Aboriginal Affairs, it's my pleasure to bring greetings from the Government of Alberta and my colleagues at the Alberta Legislature. As has been stated, it's a pleasure to be here in the territory of Treaty 6, and in the heart of what I truly believe is one of Alberta's most vibrant communities. I'm very proud to be serving with a government that has a deep respect for the important role that First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people have played in the founding and development of our province, and the contributions that they continue to make. You know, events like this, they offer us a real opportunity to continue fostering reconciliation between Indigenous and non-Indigenous people, and to raise awareness around Alberta's true history. I truly believe that recognition of our past is essential to building Alberta's unique culture and character for the future. And the photographs, the paintings, the poetry that we have the opportunity to enjoy tonight offer us a real opportunity for connection, for conversation and consideration, as we acknowledge the past and work towards a better future. I'm proud to be with a government that is open and committed to listening to and learning from Indigenous peoples, from learning from their history, their culture, and sharing in their hopes for the future. Our government took the first step towards reconciliation by apologizing for not taking a stand against residential schools. It was a powerful day in the legislature, and one that I think we were all very glad to see. And also when the Premier spoke and called for a national inquiry into missing and murdered Indigenous women, an inquiry that we are all very glad to see will now take place. And in that apology, Premier Notley noted that true reconciliation will only be achieved if we as governments and citizens are willing to make a fundamental shift in our relationship with the First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people of Alberta. Events like this help make that happen. These are important steps down that road. And it's truly an honor to have the opportunity to take part in them. With that in mind, I'd like to acknowledge the leadership of Mayor Don Iveson in having taken this on as a key initiative for the City of Edmonton, and having provided the impetus for so many to begin to participate and take part in this key conversation and working towards true reconciliation between Indigenous and non-Indigenous people in Alberta. With the release of the Truth and Reconciliation Report, Justice Murray Sinclair very poignantly stated, "We have described for you a mountain. We have shown you the path to the top. We call upon you to do the climbing." I'm proud to say the government of Alberta is committed to walking that path, and it's wonderful to see so many here tonight to take that journey as well. Thank you so much to Rise Edmonton for organizing this fantastic event, for all the good work you have been doing here in the community. Thank you to everyone who's attended, and enjoy your evening.